Hello friends, Running Kimono here. So in today's video, it's a Saturday chit-chatty video, and we are unpacking another coupon rule that I think I'm even going to implement, but I have been implementing this rule for a while. Absolutely not. Hands off my stuff. Well, kind of. So this video comes from a friend of mine. We were chatting right after the 4th. Just some weird stuff happened at her house. And she's like, what do you think of this? And I was like, oh my gosh. So this friend of mine lives about 4 or 5 hours away. So she had a 4th of July party and invited a bunch of her family and friends to go over and participate in, just an afternoon of good food and merriment and just a typical 4th of July party. And so, long story short, guys, typically at the end of the evening, she provides all the food, everything, just a really fun time for her family and friends. She would say, do you need anything? I have this stockpile from my couponing, just help yourself. But because of the less deals specifically at her CVS, she couldn't accommodate that this year. There wasn't as much stuff to give away. And so she didn't even offer because there was nothing to really give. Like she had just kind of like slowed down on the deals over there. So these are photos of my stockpile too, just as a visual for the video. But back to the story at hand. There were a couple people that had showed up that were really anticipating getting a couple things for free. And when they didn't, they had some snarky little comments to say. And she just said, hey, listen, I just don't really have much down there. And sorry, like there's no tour of the stockpile. And it's funny how you can do something for people for a couple years and then it just becomes a precedent, and yet they never offer as much as a penny for anything. And then the assumption is that they're just going to take whatever they want. And I felt really bad for my friend, and we did talk about this at a great length. And she told me I could talk about this with you guys, just no specifics, obviously. But she was just really hurt. And I think that sometimes when you give and you give and you give, and you finally have to put the brakes on things, people don't really understand that. And with the economy, and you go into any store, the price of anything is like double, triple the price. You're going to be really surprised the cost of makeup this fall. I've noticed that's really jumped up. A lot of it's on clearance right now because they're really jumping the price on specifically cosmetics. But it's just one of these things that if you've been to the grocery store and done your weekly groceries for your family, you know that the price of all these items have really they're out of control. But yet, you can put this on a friend or a family member who's a couponer and say, okay, well, I'll just take whatever I want and that's okay. Well, that couponer still has to pay the tax, their gas, the wear and tear on their car. And a store like CVS that used to be plentiful with deals, or if you even look at a Rite Aid where there were massive deals, in Ohio and Michigan, we're losing all of our stores, the deals are kind of slowly getting cut off. This is my theory, and I've taken the liberties to write this down. It is okay to say no to people, and then in the past, if you've done a tour of your stockpile, it's okay to say no right now. Or you know what? Close it down, or say, hey, you know what? The room's a friggin' mess. Your house, your rules, right? And it's always okay to say no. And just because you coupon doesn't mean all this stuff is free. That's a common misconception for couponers, that everything you get is free. You walk in the store, the manager is like packing it in the back of your car, season 1 of extreme couponing and high-fiving you. I mean, none of us get that. None of us get that. So, I mean, it's a common misconception, but yet it's always there. And with the amount of store closures, there are less deals. Look at what Shopmium, Ibotta, has been doing in the last couple of months. Along with the Rite Aids closing, I would definitely take stock in what you have at your house. What can you give? What can't you give? Guys, we're in July. December's right around the corner. This December, how much can you really give family and friends out of your stockpile? You're really going to have to take stock or buy other items that you might not normally give, and then give that. Perhaps the $1.99 Arm & Hammer from Walgreens, or the Scott toilet paper, or just think of things differently. I know a lot of you have a very generous heart to give, but I think you might have to not give as big. And myself, even, I have to take stock of what I have, because I'm not just giving all my stuff away either. And whenever we have somebody at the house, if it's even like anyone, a friend of my husband, somebody looking at our HVAC system, I typically say to my husband, I know exactly what's in my stockpile, and unless they have my permission, do not give them anything or stay out of that laundry room. And that's even for repair people, because in the past they've asked for stuff and I would give them like one item just to say whatever, like stop asking for stuff, which is a really weird and awkward thing. I've made videos on that before in the past. But if you're having a big group of people over and they start grabbing that Tide, there's going to be nothing left on the shelf. Be smart about it, and you always have the option to say no. As difficult as that is for many of you, it's something you should probably keep in the back of your head, or just remember the word no, or coupon in silence, meaning you don't really need to share with other people your couponing journey. That's probably the smartest way to go. As always, thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.